Worsening global security landscape driving defense spending to new highs last year. That's according to a new report by the International Institute for Strategic Studies. Spending across Asia and Europe rising in the wake of the ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine, as well as China's increasing activities in the Indo-Pacific. And Olly Barratt is reporting for CNA live from London. Olly, we're just speaking to Will Denslow there. 4 years of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. What does this report have to say about how much Russia is spending on its military and how committed is it to making sure it's able to keep up its war on Ukraine?
Yeah, that's right. And we are here at the IISS for the launch of this report. And as you were saying, on the anniversary of the invasion of Ukraine, obviously that has been a key focus here. And there is a lot about that issue in this very weighty tome indeed, 500 or so pages that have been put together, as ever, on an annual basis by the experts here. They do believe that Russia's military spending remains at a very elevated level indeed. And at the moment, they don't believe there are necessarily any major challenges in Russia maintaining that kind of level for the immediate future. No evidence, according to the experts we've been hearing from today, that 2026, for example, might see a year in which Russia had significant difficulties financing its military operations. The experts here also believe, and it's in the report, that the Russians do have the capability in terms of missiles to strike far into European NATO country territory. But they do raise also some concerns from within Russia about the military operation against Ukraine, particularly around personnel. And they do say that there is some recent evidence which does suggest that Russia is losing forces more quickly than it is currently able to replenish them with. And part of that is related to some dissatisfaction among parts of the Russian population about the ongoing conflict. But experts also making the point here that Russia still would have the option, if it chose to pursue this path, of a more widespread mobilization or conscription of the Russian population if it felt that was necessary.
The IISS report, I take it, also outlining Russian spending, outspending certainly European counterparts in terms of spending on military, as running pretty much in parallel to China outspending Asian counterparts on defense spending.
That's exactly right. The overall Asia-Pacific region has seen a rise in military spending overall, but in some of those American allies, as you might describe them, who are raising their defense spending, they are seeing China raise its defense and military spending at a faster rate, and therefore the Chinese share of overall Asian military defense and military spending is getting bigger. Now, we've also been hearing from the experts about the various ways in which China is increasing its abilities when it comes to potential warfare. That relates to weapons, to equipment, all of those kinds of things, in which one expert today said that China is moving into an overtake period when it comes to comparisons with American capabilities. And part of that relates to the sky.
Aside from developing next-generation crewed and uninhabited combat aircraft, the PLA Air Force pressed ahead with the introduction of modern combat aircraft. The IISS assesses that over 300 J-20 aircraft have now been delivered, and the first batch of J-35A aircraft also entered into service in 2025. China now possesses the largest fleet of low observable combat aircraft in the Asia-Pacific region.
Experts here, though, have been warning that the abilities of China when it comes to equipment and weaponry and planes, for example, military hardware, that doesn't necessarily translate into what they call operational readiness. And they also point to some concerns around the personnel when it comes to the PLA and their capabilities.
Oh, thanks. Olly Barratt, they're reporting with CNA from London as IISS releases its military balance assessment.